Hello everyone. Since the beginning of this year, the optical communications sector has been riding the AI tailwind, and the share prices of related companies have risen sharply. For example, Lumentum has doubled year-to-date as of yesterday's close. At the same time, several long-established technology companies, such as Broadcom and Marvell Technology, have also made deep strategic deployments in optical communications. With that backdrop, it's natural to ask a basic question before we go deeper, before we go any further. Let's be clear on what optical communications actually means and why it matters so much for AI. In simple terms, it is a key communications technology that uses light waves as a transmission medium, serving as core infrastructure that supports AI development. Forecasts suggest the global optical communication chip market will be about $3.5 billion US in 2024 and could exceed $11 billion US by 2030, a 17% compound annual growth rate. The primary drivers are data center buildouts and rising AI compute demand. Essentially, the full process of AI, training, inference, and data orchestration depends on efficient data movement and computing. Optical communications are the digital bloodstream that carries this flow. Their performance directly sets the upper bound for the efficiency, scale, and cost of AI infrastructure. Without the high capacity, low latency, broad connectivity, and compelling cost that optics provides, large model training faces congested pipe problems. Real-time inference can't be guaranteed, and truly distributed AI infrastructure struggles to take shape. To see how this plays out in practice, consider the next constraint the industry is hitting. AI's appetite for compute and energy is climbing rapidly. Take Meta's new Hyperion data center as an example. Its power consumption is expected to reach 2 gigawatts by 2030 and 5 gigawatts by 2035, about 1.5 times the residential electricity consumption of the entire state of Louisiana. The exponential growth of AI training has made per-rack power a key bottleneck that restricts expansion. To address this challenge, NVIDIA has proposed co-packaged optics. CPO tightly integrates optical devices with electronic chips, such as ASICs, CPUs, and GPUs, on the same substrate, which can greatly shorten transmission distance and reduce reliance on traditional pluggable modules. Forecasts suggest the market for silicon photonics modules used in CPO will grow from $1.4 billion US in 2023 to $10.3 billion US in 2029, a 45% compound annual growth rate, making it one of the fastest-growing niches in optical communications. Lumentum recently disclosed record orders for high-power optical chips, aimed mainly at strong CPO demand next year. The industry expects a key milestone for large-scale CPO shipments in the second half of next year, according to NVIDIA's technology roadmap. CPO will first be deployed on the switch side and is expected to replace 30% of the pluggable optics market by 2027. With that context, we can now zoom in on Lumentum itself. Now that the CPO story is set, we can zoom in on Lumentum's products, tech edge, and capacity. Lumentum has been deeply involved in optical communications for many years. It mainly produces and sells optical and photonic components, modules, and systems, and it also engages in industrial laser products. Its optical products are widely used in data centers, in data transmission between servers and switches inside data centers, between switches, and in connections from data centers to external networks. Lumentum's optical modules and optical components play a key role in ensuring that data can be transmitted quickly and reliably. The company's business is divided into two parts: the cloud and networking segment and the industrial technology segment. Cloud and networking is Lumentum's core growth engine. In the fourth quarter of fiscal year 2025, this segment generated $424.1 million US in revenue, up 16% quarter-on-quarter and 67% year-on-year. driven primarily by robust demand from hyperscale cloud providers as AI applications proliferate in cloud computing. Cloud providers continue to increase investments in data center infrastructure to meet growing needs in data processing and transmission. And Lumentum's high-speed optical modules and other products have become their first choice. The company has made major progress in its EML electro-absorption modulated laser business, roughly doubling its scale versus the fourth quarter of fiscal year 2024. In data center interconnects, to meet continuously rising speed requirements, Lumentum has introduced high-performance EML chips that can support 200G and even higher rates, improving transmission efficiency and stability and further consolidating its position in the high-end optics market in the fourth quarter of fiscal year 2025. The industrial technology segment achieved revenue of $56.6 million, down 6% sequentially but up 6% year-on-year. This segment includes 3D sensing, ultra-fast lasers, and other areas. The sequential revenue decline mainly reflected the seasonal pattern of the 3D sensing business. Through product mix optimization and cost control, the segment's margin improved from 4.3% in the third quarter of fiscal year 2025 to 6.0%. The same period last year recorded a 0.4% loss, indicating better cost management and improving profitability. In ultra-fast lasers, Lumentum has continued to invest in R&D, and the products have seen broader use in industrial processing and scientific research, supporting steadier development of this line of business. In optical communications technology, Lumentum consistently operates at the industry's leading edge, taking EML performance as an example. The company has continuously optimized EML chip performance through sustained R&D investment. Its newly developed EML chips can achieve more stable transmission at higher rates, effectively reduce the bit error rate, and meet data center stringent requirements for high-speed, reliable data transfer. To address AI compute demand, Lumentum has developed dedicated optical module solutions for AI data centers. By optimizing optical module thermal design and improving electro-optical conversion efficiency, it enables efficient data transmission in high-density computing environments and significantly enhances overall data center performance. At present, Lumentum holds more than 500 patents worldwide, and technological innovation has become its core competitive advantage. To meet rising market demand, Lumentum has actively expanded capacity. The new factory in Thailand officially began production in 2024, equipped with advanced production equipment and highly automated lines. It has significantly increased the company's overall capacity. The Thai plant accounts for about 30% of global capacity, effectively ensuring supply to markets around the world. Through sensible capacity allocation, Lumentum has enhanced supply chain resilience, better coped with market fluctuations, and reduced production costs through scale effects, further strengthening product competitiveness, having mapped the business and execution. Let's tie it all to results, the outlook, and a practical playbook. The fourth quarter of fiscal year 2025 was a highlight for results. Net revenue surged to $480.7 million, up 13% quarter-on-quarter and 56% year-on-year. On a GAAP basis, net income reached $213.3 million, with diluted EPS of $2.96, marking a return to profitability. On a non-GAAP basis, net income was $63.3 million with diluted EPS of 88 cents. Non-GAAP operating margin expanded to 15.0%. Gross margin rose to 37.8%, and the balance sheet continued to improve. Cash and short-term investments were $877.1 million. Total assets increased to $4.22 billion. And shareholders' equity rose from $87.95 million in the third quarter to $1.13 billion. As AI technology continues to develop, data center demand for optical communications products will keep rising. By 2028, global demand for optical modules in AI data centers is expected to be more than 5 times the current level. With its technical advantages and market share in high-speed optical modules and EML chips, Lumentum is well positioned to benefit. In the emerging field of co-packaged optics, the company has already made early deployments, and its ultra-high-power lasers and related products will play a key role. CPO can effectively reduce data center power consumption and costs while improving transmission efficiency. Large-scale adoption is expected to begin in the second half of 2026, bringing a new engine for Lumentum's growth. From a valuation perspective, using a price-to-earnings approach and referencing average PE levels of comparable companies in the industry, as well as Lumentum's historical range and combining this with current profitability and future growth prospects, assigning 40 to 50 times PE for 2026 appears reasonable. If EPS reaches $3 to $3.5 in 2026, the corresponding share price range would be $120 to $175 from a price-to-book perspective. Current book value per share is about $16. Considering industry position and growth potential, a 3 to 4 times PB implies $48 to $64. Combining the PE and PB methods and cross-checking with the DCF yields a fair value range of $120 to $150. The current share price fluctuates around $170, near the upper end of that range. However, if the industry develops very rapidly, it is possible we are underestimating profit growth and could therefore make a wrong judgment. Taking into account Lumentum's business development, financial performance, market outlook, and valuation, long-term investors might consider gradually building positions if the share price pulls back to the $120 to $130 range. The company's technical strength and market position in optical communications are solid, and it sits on a rapidly developing track with long-term investment value. If subsequent quarterly reports continue to exceed expectations and drive further improvement in results and valuation, holding can continue. If results fall short or the market environment turns unfavorable and the share price declines, stop losses should be applied in a timely manner. Overall, riding the AI-driven wave in optical communications, Lumentum shows good potential, but investors should make prudent decisions based on their own risk tolerance and goals. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.